We have several things going on. One group that I'm excited to hear from also a little later in the agenda is our energy efficiency team. This group is actually a group that's been working together for over a year now with Mr. Johnson and others, trying to identify some ways that we can save energy, and it certainly is timely for this work as we are facing a pretty significant rate increase from Owensboro Municipal Utilities, and just by way of updating everyone, we continue to work closely with our city and our OMU partners to try to find ways that we can deal with that issue, but it is a serious issue that we are in the process of working through. It will mean ultimately over the next 7 years that our utility rates will go up $1 million a year, and that's a real significant amount of money for us to bite off. So to the members of the board, I sent a communication out to our staff and to our parent community. Will be involved through the newsletter that Janet sends out. But we wanted to, make sure everybody was really fully aware of what was going on and what we're working on, but also understand that, you know, we don't want to be alarmist and create an alarm situation where we're going to have to cut that this year. We've got 7 years, so we're going to begin working to try to do everything we can to absorb this and have as little an impact as we can on the programs and the work that we do with students every day. So we've got a good team that can help us put that together, and a good board that's committed to spending our money wisely. So I'm optimistic, but I'm also optimistic that we can continue to work with our partners at City Hall and at the utility to try to help us through some mutually beneficial solutions to some of these issues. So anyway, I wanted to address that. I also wanted to call out and thank Mr. Smith and the maintenance department. We are 4 days into back to school after what we might want to call our winter break that we had. We didn't know when it was going to be, but every once in a while we'll get a week off in the middle of the winter. Our maintenance crew really worked while a lot of us were trying to get out of our house or stuck out of town. Our maintenance crew was on the job. They were shoveling sidewalks. They were clearing our school properties, our parking lots. They were making sure that as the meltdown started occurring on Saturday, they were in our buildings dealing with dripping roofs, and of course our transportation folks were trying to keep the buses running. We did experiment for the first time in what most people think is probably about a 15-year period with an hour delay on Monday, and actually that went very well. It's something that we don't use very often, but it was a really good time since all of our neighboring districts were using an hour delay, and we needed to have the buses started, and the temperature was about 5 degrees. So our staff came in on time, as we asked them to, so that because we didn't really know what to expect. We could have had all the kids in the district waiting at our door at regular times. But it worked really well, and to the parents, if the need arises, at least we know that we can use that as an option for us in the future. So that's all I have to report tonight.
My name is Abe Barr, the band director at Owensboro High School. It's my honor to be here to introduce Dylan Glass, who was selected to the All-State Band this year. He was the only student we had selected. Dylan is an outstanding talent in our program and a fine representation of what art students in OPS are capable of. He this year was, like I said, selected to the All-State Band. He was a pivotal figure in the marching band and our success as our drum major and reestablishing ourselves as a competitive force in Kentucky. Dylan has auditioned for 4 different honor bands, including All District and WKU and Moorhead and All-State, and in every single ensemble he was selected as first chair. So he's had a great senior year, and we're really looking forward to him continuing and pursuing his ambitions to become a music educator. So congratulations, Dylan.
What is the instrument?
That's what I was going to answer.
Saxophone. Saxophone.
Nick?
Yes.
Dr. Brake? Yes.
Going to call Tom Stites up here. It's a musical night for us as far as our recognitions. Tom, who we are proud of and call certainly one of the top arts administrators in the country, was recognized by his peers as the top arts administrator, fine arts administrator, with his KMEA award at their annual session on February 6th at the Kentucky International Convention Center in Louisville. And of course, Tom keeps a rapid pace. He was already 3 steps ahead of that. He was in Washington, D.C., working on the Kennedy Center partnership that we have, and was unable to attend it, but he did receive his award. But we wanted to recognize him tonight and congratulate him for being the 2015 KMEA Administrator of the Year. Thanks.
We got together, this group got together and wanted to improve their leadership skills. So David Johnson sent out an email and we became part of the leadership group. The first year was more seminal. We learned about leadership styles and so forth and how to put those in practice. Our second year, which is this year, has become the project year. And even before we knew of OMU's rates, we chose energy conservation, which now is a good thing we did with the way the rates are, my understanding, after a 7-year match, when it reaches maturity. I wanted to talk about the goal. We had 3 goals for this group. First of which is to make students and staff more aware so that we become more stewards for our community. Secondly, we wanted our staff and our students to transfer that knowledge into practice, which we're doing in our schools right now. And also, mainly, to reduce the consumption so that we can save our school districts some money. With that, some of the things that we've accomplished, we've developed a partnership with OMU, and they were able to grant us some seed money that we have put some incentives in place throughout our buildings. Secondly, we had a skit at opening day to kind of make our staff more aware, and also we started kind of individual programs in our buildings. And at this time, I'll kind of pass that along and let Tanya and Tiffany tell you about our individual schools.
First of all, you're welcome for your little t-shirts. Don't forget to wear those. They're really cute. No, that was just, but the first thing that we've done to make people aware is to give things away, t-shirts. We give away little light bulbs, which I guess you're going to talk about that. We've kind of we've taken the big picture and introduced it into the schools. So I know Newton Parish and Sutton they've established building level teams so that we can all kind of get our ideas together, and we've incorporated the students with the Leader in Me, encouraging them to have, we have energy or light people that turn the lights on and off. I know we've announced on the news, don't forget to turn the lights off. We've put little pieces of paper with a checklist about all the light switches in the entire building to remind people to turn off the lights, unplug things that your personal items, just random things. We've asked them to cut back on refrigerators and microwaves, which they hated me, but it was okay. Everybody kind of just became aware, and they started doing it little by little, and the kids have caught people, and there's just a lot of talk going on, and so it's just a great way to, we've just gotten them aware and just using the language and using the talk and catching people. So Tanya will tell you a little bit more about what else is going on.
Hi, I'm a little shorter. There we go. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm usually pretty loud. To encourage the teachers to get on board, we have been catching the teachers saving energy. We've been giving them light bulbs, as she said, and then we put those in a drawing, and once a month we have a drawing, and they get a gift card or something just for being caught to turn their lights off when they weren't in the room and things like that. We encourage the people who get caught to also catch another teacher, so it's like spreading through the building. Periodically, we will place energy bars or other treats in mailboxes with some kind of tip on them, so that the teachers will just keep that in their mind. The next steps that we have we're contacting, or we're in contact with OMU to get a curriculum that would allow us to be able to educate the children on all levels so that they would know the importance of saving energy. At the elementary level, what we see is that we could be able to get the children, the older children, to educate the younger children, and then maybe have a culminating activity of like a poster contest or something, just to get this idea to spread. We're going to be adding leadership, different leadership positions to hallways that would do what Tiffany said, to be able to remind us on, you know, just on the weekends and those extended breaks, to be able to just remember to turn the lights off, the computers, the things that can be turned off. That's what we would like to do. What we see is, what changes we see is we see a core group of adults that started here who are working to conserve energy, and then that group is growing. There's a lot more talk in the schools about saving energy. Sometimes it's really playful, like the energy team is going to hate that. We got new lights and things like that, and they're like, oh my gosh, they're going to hate it, but they were actually energy saving. That's good. But there is more conversation awareness that wasn't there before. We see students trying to catch teachers saving energy, and we have students who are taking jobs that conserve energy, and also they're taking those jobs very seriously. So what we're seeing right now is just a change through very small steps, and that's what we're working for.
Well, I guess I'm going to finish up this presentation, be the end person here, and just to let you know where we stand and what we're going to try to look at doing in the future district-wise. About 3 weeks ago, David, myself, and Todd Harper met with some people from Harshard Train that are control and equipment suppliers, and they are going to do a building analysis for us. We've supplied them with 12 months of utility bills. They're going to do a energy analysis for us on our buildings to see where we stand building by building. Then yesterday, myself, David, and Kevin Thompson went to a Kentucky School Board Association meeting in Bowling Green on energy, which basically was consisting of energy or HVAC controls and lighting, which HVAC controls in an average school building, HVAC control consumes approximately 50% of your energy. Lighting consumes about 25%. It was a very informative meeting. I think we all came away with a lot more knowledge than what we went down there with. We are looking at doing some initiatives with OMU, still doing some initiatives with OMU in the future. Going to try to start working on that to see what we can work out with them, especially now with the new rates that are going into effect with us. And I guess in the end, basically, I'm really glad that we started this project a year ago and got way ahead of the step compared to everybody else.